Good morning, everyone. I watched the sun come up this morning from the cliff here and had a little epiphany here on the edge of the cliff. Last night it got down to 19 degrees. At sunrise, 7 a.m., it was 21 degrees. And as I'm drinking my coffee right here, having a little epiphany at 7:45, it's 23 degrees out. And as I walked down the dirt this morning, I realized that this path is different in the morning after it has froze all night. The ground everywhere is much, much harder when it's been frozen all night, which is why I have decided, because I've been putting off bringing the 26,000-pound bus down to my property from Kevin's because the ground is still soft and I don't have enough rock. But if I do it in the morning, the ground's still hard and cold. So let's pack her up real quick, get the bus warmed up, put everything away, and let's get down there. I should be able to have somebody be able to bring me back up so I can grab the truck, rest of my stuff, trailer, motorcycle, and everything. I think today is going to be a moving day. Good morning, everyone. Eric here from Nomadic Fanatic. I hope you guys are doing well. I'll be uploading this video with some Connecten internet, so check out the video description below for unlimited high-speed internet. It's a good morning. It is a good frickin' sunrise morning. I like it. Low cold, low cold. Why did alarm come back on? Ooh, it says stop engine. What the heck? That's new. Do you guys see that? There's a new icon up there that said stop engine. I've never seen that before. That's new. Our air pressure got back up. It let my air pressure get all the way back up, but does that mean it's too cold? So I had a feeling that maybe it's just too cold. 23 degrees right now. So I'm using my own bus power. And even though all you bus experts said I would never have to use my block heater unless it got down under -10 degrees. It's 23. I got the block heater plugged in right now. Pulling about 840 watts off my batteries there. Because I don't have like a scanner where you can scan and see why does it say stop engine. I've never seen that on my Thomas bus. But I assume that the one variable that's different is it's freezing outside and I have never started the bus up in freezing conditions. So that could be. We may not actually leave today. Let me let that run for an hour, drink some coffee, check on the temperature. We'll see. And if that don't work, I'll plug it in overnight tomorrow, and we'll try this again tomorrow. I'm going to try to do some research, too. Try to find out what that condition is where it says stop engine. A Thomas school bus stop engine alarm in the cold often signals a serious engine issue like low coolant, DEF system problems. I don't have DEF. Or turbo sensor faults that trigger protection systems to derate or shut down the engine to prevent damage. Okay, I'll go check for low coolant, but I don't think that's a problem. We don't have DEF. Turbo issues. Vanes can stick in cold weather, causing power loss until the engine warms up. Cleaning or actuator repair might be needed. So it's either low coolant or a turbo issue. But you don't think just plugging in the block heater, heating up the oil and the block will help? I don't know. The problem is we're fighting against time because now the sun's up and it is melting the ground. Actually, my Thomas bus, the sensor here on the coolant, it has a separate alarm and light up that for the coolant for the sensor being too low. We know that because Coolant has gone under that sensor before, several times on this bus, but today we're good. There's the cold line and the fluid is all the way above the sensor port right there, so that's not the problem. I'm just looking at everything else, making sure I physically still have belts on the engine. I don't think it would crank if there weren't, but yeah, I don't really see any other problems or anything. Like I said, I do have the block heater plugged in here, heating up the oil in the engine, so we're just kind of fighting that. The rising sun warming things up. It's 8:15 now. I have to check the temperature. Ground still feels okay. Let me fire it up again. I'll come out here real quick and just check, make sure everything looks and smells okay. See if that alarm comes back on. I had it in high idle because you're supposed to high idle it to get the fluid going more, but maybe don't put it in high idle. That might be what's triggering something going on with the turbo. Kicking it into high idle, bringing the RPMs up to 2,500, that's going to put more strain on the turbo. So I'm wondering if that's got something to do with it too. Okay, let's see what happens here. Wait to start, like we always do. And then instantly says stop engine again. Well, then I won't start the engine. Dang it! Put all that effort into clearing everything up, packing everything up, and all right. I don't know. Might be cold. Might just be too cold, too icy. Did you guys catch that on the dash? Popped up, but it says ECU 128. I almost missed it because it went away so fast. Online it says, on a Thomas bus, ECU 128 code isn't the actual fault, but a module code indicating an issue with the engine control unit, requiring you to scroll or use a scanner for the specific PID, SID, FIM code, blah, blah, blah. For proper diagnosis, common cause include EGR valve issues, DPF sensor problems, wiring faults, or sensor failures. So check for soot buildup, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I don't have an expensive scanner, so let's just let it warm up. It was just after 9 a.m. The bus is running good. I was doing some research in that time, and actually it says that if it's cold temperature especially, use the high idle. I forgot to tell you guys also, I've been starting this bus up every 5 days since I've been up here, but it's almost always been in the afternoon and no problems. This is the first problem. What's the one variable that's different? It's cold outside. It's actually freezing outside. But everywhere online tells me that you do want to have the high idle on when you start your bus up. Even if you're not moving it, if you're just starting it up, because having the high idle moves the fluids more, it keeps everything lubricated and everything. Whereas if you keep it in low idle and you start it up for, 15 minutes a couple times a month, you're not actually helping the engine at all, really. That's what it said. So, yeah. It's been running for 10 minutes now. No alarms, no issues with everything. Battery's good, temperature's good. It also said that it's okay to run your diesel engine with the block heater plugged in. That'll help it. So I'm just gonna give it 10 more minutes, burn some more diesel here and make sure before I slap it into reverse and try to get out of here. If it were any later than right now, like if it were past 9:30, I would not try to pull this off because the dirt is thawing out there. Let me see. Let's see what it says. Come on, 31. Look, we are 1 degree under freezing right now. So, but I think we're finally good now. I am going to tidy up a few more things, go and plug the block heater, and we'll get on down to Tater Acres. Exciting. Let it be known that the NautiBus does not like to roll cold. Now, ironically, this is a mountain cold bus. Stupid roads. Oh my gosh. Oh, only 3.5 more miles of this. But no, this bus is from the northwest in the mountains, Snoqualmie Valley. It's used to snow, it's used to cold. But don't listen to all the experts. My bus still needs to have the block heater plugged in if it's freezing. Not -10, but anything under freezing. Good grief. It's much more amplified in the bus than in the truck. But I don't actually plan on moving the bus again until the spring, just so you know. She's gonna park and she's gonna stay nice and cozy down here at Tater Acres, okay? Oh, yeah, I know, it's bumpy, I know. Just one more mile to go. Here's where it gets really rough, too. Woo! Alright, last dirt road. You guys believe there's still snow on the ground? This year is different. It's really muddy through here too. Don't stop and don't slam on the brakes. I would think the dualies in the back, they add the weight and give the rear wheels more traction, and that's what I feel like. I don't know for sure. She's doing good. I would not want to make this trek every single day in a bus though. In the truck, it's one thing. And that's the other thing about the motorcycle. I don't know about summers here with the mud and the monsoons. And the motorcycle's just gonna get wrecked by the time we get back out to the highway. I may have to store the bike up at Kevin's and just take the truck. Hey Kevin, can I put a shed, just a motorcycle shed on your property, and then I'll bring the truck and swap it in the summer. All right, we are officially on my driveway in the NautiBus for the very first time. Looks like I made it wide enough. My plan up here, I moved Trailer Swift to a different location so that I can nose the bus in where the trailer was. I also cut down a bunch of branches. And then I can back up into the spot. Those cupboards need to be finished with some knobs because that's driving me crazy. That didn't happen on the road from Mississippi, but on bumpy, dirty roads, yeah, it's a little more amplified here. And I'm watching my rear tires. They're off the road. Front tires are in the lane, but the rear tires are off the road. Yeah. Okay, so here's where Trailer Swift's at now. My trailer. And we'll get this pulled in around the cabin. Alright, so this is still rock hard frozen. Any other day, this would be a mushy, soggy mess. See the ice still on it right there? I mean, it moves a little bit, but this is the part I cleared out so I can nose in. And as you can see, it's still, that pushed down a little more than I'd like. Well, we're gonna nose all the way into here, and then we're gonna try to back up right into there. Perfect. All right, NautiBus is home. Cleared out all this space right here. You guys remember this? This was a big juniper. I figured I would want the side area, and also it's cool because I can just walk from this porch after I put rock right there, and I can walk right to the cabin. So that's going to be nice. I need to get level still, so I brought all my handmade blocks, my levelers. And since I'm going to be parked here for a little while, I want to make sure I get it right. It does look like the back side down here is the lowest. So popping up those two wheels back there, and probably see about this front one a little bit also, but first get the back two because that's the lowest part of the whole bus. But how's she look, guys? She's home. Now picture with me, picture this. You step outside, and then there's a 200 square foot, hi Gizmo, you excited? You've never been here before. 200 square foot gazebo right here, covered with pavers. So no dirt, no rock, pavers, this whole area flat, concrete pavers. And a covered area with a barbecue grill and a TV and a little tiki bar. And then walk right over to the cabin. I've been looking at Pinterest and what's the other one where they show pictures of homemade off-grid gazebos. You know, something where it's out of the way, but I can pull the bus up to after being on the road for a little bit, plug into power, and have everything right there all the time. And then anytime I want to go hit the road, I can just fire up the bus and leave. The gazebo outdoor area stays there. I've got the trailer strategically parked over there with the tongue facing out so that when I drive past it, I can just back up to it and pick up the trailer. Also, see? But yeah, until I get rock right here, well, we're okay right now. Again, there's no more precipitation. I feel bad for the mountains up there. There's no snow in the forecast. There's no precipitation. So we may dry out this winter before spring. But I believe that the bus is going to stay here parked. There's a few things I need to finish on the bus this spring to get it ready. But so quiet, one chicken off in the rooster off in the distance. But I did have to move the water totes. They were all right here. I don't know what I was thinking. I needed the angle. So, all right, we're home. I'm going to call a friend, come pick me up, take me back up to Kevin so I can get the truck and all the rest of my stuff. And then we'll pretty much be here. We'll be off grid, okay? Got my trusty level, so let's just go get a base here so I know how much I really have to do, because your eyes can play tricks on you. You have got to be kidding me. No way. Really? Let's check side to side. I got a flat spot right here. Wow, you have got to be kidding me. I have never done that in my entire life. And this ground, how did I do that? I swear when I looked at it from over there, it looked like the back was low and that we were tilting this way, but we're also on a little bit, every piece of property out here has a little bit of a downgrade for water drainage and stuff like that. You know, we're all going a little bit downhill, but your eyes can play tricks on you. That will never happen for the rest of my life anywhere on the road, let alone the first time I just randomly back in to an unlevel spot. Does not look level, does it, guys? Okay. I'll take it. I'm not using any wheel levelers. We are level. That should be about it. Got the truck bed loaded with all my stuff. I didn't get too comfortable here at Kevin's Beyond Vagabond camp, but it has been very nice, secure, good spot to rest up and figure things out in my property, even though the driveway still needs some love, okay? And it's not necessarily exciting when I have to travel in the mud, but this is I got to get to my property because having everything in one spot is really going to make me feel more secure. Just driving back and forth and going to sleep at night with some stuff in a different place, I don't know. It didn't instill a whole lot of confidence, even though everything's fine. There's no reason to panic or worry about anything. It's still gonna feel a lot nicer tonight. My first official night tonight at Tater Acres. At least overnight, you know. That's pretty cool. Too bad I don't have any wood to burn yet. Unless some of those shrubs that I cut down 3 weeks ago are dry. It's gonna be about as tight as we're gonna get it today. All right, all packed up, all clear. Walked through everything, made sure. Truck, bike secure. Didn't leave anything else out here. No, that's it. I didn't really get too comfortable here. It was just gonna be a temporary thing, but I learned a lot while I was here, especially about mud and the importance of gravel and how much it costs to have gravel and stuff like that. So I'm well prepared for my own homestead journey. It really to me is just the non-maintained roads that I don't have an answer for. And that's just going to be a trial and error thing. But yeah, let's get everything down to camp. Not like I'm leading. Kevin's right there, and I'm going to visit Kevin often. He's probably going to come see my camp, and vice versa. It's just, I liked this camp. I liked this acre, and I really like that view. I may have to bring my coffees up every morning and come sit on Kevin's cliff there and drink my coffee still. All right, we're all unloaded. We're good. Got the turquoise Adirondack chairs set up. I got the pink flamingos getting some sunshine over there. Oh yeah, got Black Betty here in front of the bus. I'm gonna have to cover her up when it gets windy or any precipitation. What else? Got the small trailer there. Again, big trailer one's over there, letting some stuff air out here in the sun, like my macerator here. Oh, also, a little update on the frozen water here. Just a little bit each day. As a matter of fact, I got that one empty. Again, got the water pump and the hose up here in the sunshine to thaw them out. This one's every day. I'm able to tip these over and get a little bit of water out, and then there's still going to be a chunk of ice. So listen. Still a little bit of ice in there, but closer to 3 o'clock today, I'll open one spout, I'll pour out the water that is thawed, tip it back up, and then the ice that's remaining the next day. I think we're maybe 4 days away from finally getting all of the solid ice out of those two bins. And it's a good thing, because I need to go get water for the bus to fill the tank in there, and then we still got to rinse out all of these guys here. So that didn't take quite as long as I thought. You know, each day we're sitting pretty close to mid to almost upper 50s here in January, which is pretty unique, pretty cool, actually. So that's letting us thaw out a little bit. And the driveway, I mean, you know, I was pretty discouraged about this driveway when it was a mud pit. You guys remember, it looked like this just, maybe 9 days ago. And now that all the snow has melted and it's dried, it's very hard, compact because of all the driving over it and everything. It looks a lot different. It looks like it's ready for some more rock. But I'm also hesitant on that because, don't forget, I've still got 3.8 miles of other road that's non-maintained dirt without any rock like this. There's no rock. So once those roads get wet and I come in with wet, muddy tires, just like rolling a snowball in the winter, I will gather up all of the expensive rock that I put in here and take it out with me the next trip onto those roads. So no matter what I do here on my 5 acres, I am still limited to the weather stuff that's out of my control out there. And again, it's so freaking peaceful out here, guys. I get discouraged from time to time about difficult things here at the homestead. But then once I get here, especially now that all my stuff's in one spot with the internet and security cameras, and I feel a lot better. And especially today. Today, ironically, I'm having a really good day. Despite the troubles of the bus warning indications. But right now, I'm really happy. But I'm also hesitant to move forward with big projects like the fence, like the gate, like the septic system. And I got to get the permit for that and decide where that's going to go. Infrastructure things. I'm still hesitant about moving forward because I'm worried about the roads out. In the winter, with the snow and the rain, but also in the summertime when the monsoons hit and it rains every day on this, every day, July, August, every day. What's going to happen to this road? What's going to happen to my only way out to civilization? 3.8 miles of non-maintained dirt roads. So those are some things I'm considering. That's why I'm here ahead of Diana to get a head start. So far, everything I've done, the shed can be moved anywhere on the property, anywhere in town, really. And so that's why I'm just, okay, wait, I'm considering some other options that aren't on non-maintained roads. No, I don't want to give up on Tater Acres. I love this 5 acres. I can use it for something. But I was thinking about moving base camp Tater Acres just a little closer to civilization. You know what I mean? All right, I got some stuff I got to do in the bus tonight. I'll cut back in, let you know how things go. It's going to be really quiet tonight, and I'm really looking forward to my first night at Tater Acres overnight. I'll cut back in here a little bit. I just got off the phone with Diana. Had a really good talk with Diana. I've been keeping her updated on how everything's going here, and she brought up a really good point, She said, just remember why. Why did we pick a spot that's a little more remote? And the reason for that is simple. And this is all I'm trying to say. And I'm speaking for me, and I think Diana agrees with me. But we've both been in situations where you're just side by side by side by side. In fact, that's the American dream now. Every house is just right up against somebody else, and you're just jam-packed. You have no room. Everybody else's life on all sides of you becomes your life because of the proximity of everybody being so close. And one of the neat things about Arizona is that there is a lot of off-grid, especially property here in Apache County. It's very remote. We're all spread out. We're not on top of each other. And you can find an acre or 5 or 20 or 40 out here for a really good price. And you just got to figure out how to rough it. So one of the things that's important to talk about is the compromise and the sacrifice of living the big life road up there side by side by side, right? We already figured out the trash pickups won't work here. That's okay. I'll haul my own trash. I don't know if you guys noticed. No power lines. No power lines even close. Forget it. We're off grid as far as power, 100%. We're going to be putting solar out here. That means we don't have unlimited power like many people do. And water. I got to haul my own water in. So just remember, Eric, anytime you're feeling weird about certain things you don't like about here, look at the pros and cons. Look at how often it rains versus how often the roads are actually pretty darn good, right? All in all. And knowing that and experience that and having lived in this area for several years, at least part-time, I can be able to know what to expect as far as the snow and what it does to the roads versus the rain in the summer and how long it takes to dry and that sort of thing. So I am continuing to evolve and learn myself what it's like out here off grid, but there are sacrifices. There are sacrifices, but I just love Tater Acres. I'm very much at peace out here tonight. I think I'm gonna I don't know. I got my little fire pit, my little red fire pit propane, but I was thinking about sitting in one of those chairs or, you know, enjoying it. We've got about 2.5 hours of sunlight. It's getting pretty low, but really enjoying it out here. Pretty quiet. All right, I think it's time to get this fire going. I was able to pull together at least a little bit of the dried, dead wood that I had snipped from some of the branches. So we can have a little fire tonight. Also, I'm wearing 2 of the many Homestead winter gifts that Diana got me. Thermal insulated gloves. These aren't like my leather ones that I'm going to get diesel and mud all over. These are my comfy outdoor gloves. And my hat, guys. It has the light, so I can work and see what I'm doing down here, like that. But on the ear part right here, look at this, guys. See the play button? It's got Bluetooth built-in technology with speakers on the side, so I can go on my phone and I can listen to music while wearing my beanie. It's actually really cool, right? I like it. Thank you, Diana, for the gift. I owe you one. I don't want to waste this light. Yeah, that's gonna go. That's gonna go. Again, the locals will tell you right now that we're basically in a drought this winter. That one snowstorm, I mean, it lasted forever because the snow wouldn't melt and still hasn't melted everywhere. But as far as total precipitation, we are like way under the norm right now. So it has been a very dry winter, and they are saying that February is pretty much going to be just the same. Very dry February, so that's good. That means maybe my driveway and the roads won't be quite as bad. Boy, that thing puts off some massive heat, guys. If I could change one thing though, I'd put a bigger hole down here for the torch, so the torch can just start the cardboard down there. But I assume pretty much once every 3 days, I'm gonna have at least a cardboard fire, like enough cardboard combustible stuff in there to start it, and then I can throw some wood and stuff on top of it. My hands are practically sweating in these gloves. They really work well. Got me a new cup, guys, a new tumbler. Look at that. Are you guys excited for me to bring Diana back into the intro and stuff? I didn't have to take her out of it. It's just, I've been doing my own thing. She's been doing her own thing. As soon as she gets back over here, we'll be doing our own thing together. And I look forward to it. And I just turned the diesel heater on in the bus for the kitties. I have a method to my madness. I'm trying not to use propane heat as much as possible, even though I love the thermostat on that propane heater. Propane heat puts condensation in the air, into the windows, technically into the ceiling, into the floors, into the walls, everywhere. So I run the diesel heater as much as possible, like till right before I go to bed, then I turn the diesel heater off, crank on the propane heater, set it to the temperature I want, and it keeps me comfortable all night with no power use. And I'm going through, for instance, like right now when it gets down into the 20s, low 20s at night, and 50s in the daytime, I'm going through about one 20-pound propane cylinder every 5 days at 12 or 13 bucks a pop to refill them. That's the cheapest I can find. So 13 bucks every 5 days for heat in the winter. It's an expense, you know, it's an expense. But what else are you gonna do? There may have been some styrofoam in one of those boxes, because hey, again, the beauties of living off-grid, you would not be able to do this in your backyard with your HOA and your neighbors complaining on you. There's nobody here to tell me I can't do whatever I want. Yeah! I just snipped this one today. It's got lots of green on it. I'm curious. I mean, I guess if you get the fire hot enough, yeah, no matter what. So far, the fire is literally avoiding it. Wait. Okay, there it goes. Fire. fire. I want to have a fire every night, though. I want to have a bunch of firewood dropped off, stacked up somewhere, and then chuck the wood in and have a fire every night. What do you think? I think that's how it's done, son. Ooh, that is warm. Hey, it's Saturday. You know what that means. My next video, the third Tater Talks vlogcast episode coming on Tuesday's Tater Talks. Don't miss it, guys. I got another interview with another person. I don't want to give it away just yet, but got another interview coming. And a new segment, another new segment premiering on Tuesday's Tater Talks. So don't miss it, guys. All right. Y'all be well. See you on Tuesday, okay?